Okay, so now we are going to learn how to use the Counting Us app. Before we jump right into it, I do want to just take a note of a couple things. So for those of you who choose to conduct the surveys via the mobile app, you will need to download it either via Google Play or iTunes Store. Um, and then you'll be able to have it on your device. Also, for those of you who are doing the mobile app, just know that the only time you'll actually need internet is when you are downloading the app and when you are submitting saved surveys. So you can actually move through the survey without actually being online or using your data. Um, and also for those of you who are going to be using your computer and you need the web link to access a survey, this is the web link up here in the left hand corner. So it's counting.us. So that's what you'll be entering into your browser to get you to the survey page. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to register an account. So you'll click here. You're going to want to fill out all of the information that it's asking you for. Please do make sure to enter in a cell phone number. That way the PIT coordinator has the ability to contact you if need be. Just so make sure that this is a cell phone number or a number that you'll be able to easily answer. So once you enter in all this information, you're going to want to submit the registration, and then you'll go back to the main page. So you're going to enter in your information, enter in your password, and then you're going to log in. So the next screen that it's going to take you to is to choose account. So then it's going to say you don't have any existing counts, so you're going to want to join a new count. So what you're going to be entering here as your setup key is TXBOSTEST. So that is the account that we are going to be using for right now. And just so you know, this is a test account like it says, so please go in and complete as many surveys as you want, make as many mistakes as you want. Since this is a test account, nothing's going to go live, so feel free to play around. So then you're going to hit join count, and then it says you are now counting for Texas BOS test, so we know that it successfully added us to that account. Now that we've created our account, we're going to go ahead and move forward, and we're going to click on Get Started.
It now brings us to this screen. We see that we have three options to choose from. Since we are conducting a sheltered survey, this first option that says HUD PIT Sheltered Survey is the only one that we should be selecting throughout the process. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It'll then prompt us and ask us whether or not we want to conduct a survey for an individual or a household. So make sure that you choose accordingly. For this example, I'm just going to choose an individual.
It's then going to take us to a location page. So if you have permissions allowed on your mobile device or your computer for it to actually ping exactly where you are, then you can go ahead and hit next step, and then it will capture your exact location. If for some reason you're either not at the location where the facility is, or you do not have those permissions allowed on your device or your mobile device or your computer, you can actually enter the address in here. And we would like you to please do that just so that we can track where the surveys are coming from. So here you can go ahead and enter in the shelter or the transitional housing facility address, the city, and the state. And then once you do that, it'll actually change the screen to where you currently have marked as your address. And then you can go ahead and hit next step. So this page is where you are going to be associating the survey with your particular organization and the particular project. So this first list on the day of the count, you're going to see a lot of different organizations that are listed here. So right now we just have two, so I'm going to use the example of Texas Homeless Network. And then by choosing the organization, it's then going to narrow down the project. So it's only going to associate the projects that are with the Texas Homeless Network organization. So I'll go ahead and click here. And then, so the only project I have to choose from is the shelter, THN shelter. So once I do that, I'm going to hit next step. And now it takes us to the actual survey. Before we get started on the survey, I do want you all to be aware of the fact that an individual may not feel comfortable answering all of these questions, but please do attempt to ask all of the questions. The one that we really need to move forward is something within the age range. That's the only one that is truly required to submit the survey. But all the other questions are optional, but we encourage you to try to get as much information as possible. So as you can see here, the survey is quite short. I'll go ahead and just do a quick scroll so you can see the whole survey. And the majority of the questions have drop downs, which makes it really nice. So you can just easily click your answer based on what the individual is telling you. Just for deduplication purposes, for data quality, it would really be helpful if we could get at least the individual's initials and some sort of date range age range for that information, so that we can, on our end, if necessary, figure out if there are any duplicate clients that are in the system. So I'm just going to walk you through a little bit more of the survey. So you see just, basic demographic questions here at the beginning, lots of drop downs. We also see here you have some check boxes where you can choose a particular appropriate answer. And here are some more, homeless status questions, things of that nature.